The land threatened by the pipelines has been stolen once before from the indigenous peoples of those areas. It's indigenous land that we stand on here today, and it's indigenous peoples that started and lead the fossil fuels resistance movements. And also I just want to point out that colonialism paved the path that we're on climate change. I mean, without people coming over here and deciding that, you know, people and their land didn't matter, we wouldn't be in this situation that we're in today. So in light of what some people celebrate as Columbus Day this week, I just want to point out that we recognize the indigenous people's names and that Columbus started all this. So. Anyway, okay, so now the recent Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report found that climate change is worse than originally thought. The IPCC found that the currently stated goals to combat climate change are not enough. To limit warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, drastic and immediate transformation is needed, and pathways that limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius with limited or no overshoot involve a deep reduction in emissions of methane. Methane, among other greenhouse gases, would be one of the primary emissions of the Atlantic Coast and Mountain Valley pipelines. And a study found that the pipelines would produce total greenhouse gas emissions equivalent to 45 coal plants. Even with methane leak reduction technology that you've touted, the study found that the pipelines would still produce greenhouse gas emissions equivalent to 35 coal plants. Natural gas is not clean burning, as Dominion and EQT falsely claim while you silently stand behind their lies. In fact, it is companies like Dominion and their bought politicians like you that have gotten us to this critical and dangerous point. Further, your new energy plan is inadequate in the current climate crisis. The IPCC found that 1.5 degrees Celsius warming will happen as early as 2030. That's in just a little over 10 years. Your plan, which lists unambitious goals for solar and especially wind energy over much too long a period of time, does not fall under the category of drastic and immediate transformation. Instead, it caters to Dominion Energy's desire to plunder every bit of our natural resources for every last dollar while creating an image that they are making an effort to transition to renewable energy. The Atlantic Coast and Mountain Valley pipelines have been scientifically proven to be unnecessary and will not provide jobs, most certainly not the high-demand 21st century jobs you claim to want in your new energy plan. They will only help to accelerate the climate crisis we are faced with. It is ironic that you are a pediatric doctor, considering you back projects that threaten our children's ability to have even a livable future on this planet. Our children deserve better than you.
We brought you a to-do list on how to stop the pipelines. Number 1, grow courage and a conscience. Number 2, break up with Dominion Energy. Number 3, stop lying about jobs and listen to the science and the law. Number 4, direct your DEQ to stop work immediately. Number 5, call for the water board to revoke the permits. And number 6, be a real climate leader, not a pretend climate leader. That is your assignment for today. Thank you.
I've been thinking today about how Virginia governors covet their ranking as good for business. And I was trying to reimagine what a ranking would really look like if we wanted to have quality of life and a good life here in Virginia. So Good for business means we have a regulatory structure that prevents the pollution and degradation of our air, earth, and water. Good for business means that we invest in renewable energy and all of the jobs that will come with clean technologies like solar, wind, storage technology, and efficiency. Good for business means that we invest in our schools and have a workforce that is educated and can get high-paying jobs. Good for business means that we stop the extractive industries that plunder our landscapes, destroy our air, and harm the health of our people. Good for business means investing in technologies that will benefit all people now and not lining the pockets of the corporate interests who want to come here just because right now we have a tax structure that favors them over people because we have a regulatory structure that lets them do whatever the heck they want. Let's have a reimagination of what good for business means.
We want climate justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean air. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean water. When do we want it? Now. What do we want?
Climate justice.
When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean air. What do we want? Now. What do we want? Clean water. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Climate justice. When do we want it? Now.
Last time.
Want these pipelines? No fracking way! Do we 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 want these pipelines? No fracking way! Last time. Do we want these pipelines? No fracking way! Clean energy? Yes! Fossil fuels? No! 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 Clean energy? Yes! Governor, needed to protect Virginia's water. Full-time position. Help wanted. Governor needed to protect Virginia's water. Full-time position. Help wanted. Governor needed to protect Virginia's water. Full-time position. Help wanted. Governor needed to protect Virginia's water. Full-time position. Once more. Help wanted. Governor needed to protect Virginia's water. Full-time position. Hill. We stand with Union 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 Hill. Liberty, not frack gas.
Toxicity.
Life and liberty, not frack gas toxicity.